everyone! So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Dior Nude Air foundation. I mentioned this in my March favorites and I decided I was going to make a video about it even though no one asked because I really do enjoy it. So this foundation is a serum type foundation. It has a little dropper, and though the top may look like it's all metal, this is actually like a little eyedropper. This is one of those foundations you do have to shake before use because it is liquidy. Let's see if you can hear. So it is a liquid, and it does have an SPF of 25, so even if your moisturizer doesn't have any kind of sun protection, at least your foundation will. This is a very lightweight foundation. It's very comfortable to wear for a long day. I have kind of combination skin where I get very shiny on my nose and chin. And then my cheeks and my forehead are quite dry. And I find that this foundation, it gets a tiny bit shiny on my nose by the end of day, and it can kind of show the texture on my forehead sometimes, but to me this is one of the most natural looking foundations I have ever tried. Even when powdered it looks quite natural, but to get the my skin but better kind of look, just apply this with your fingertips and don't powder it, and it'll look honestly like it's just your skin but evened out. So I did film myself applying it today, and it is the foundation that I'm wearing today. So if you'd like to see a demo of the foundation, you can just sit tight and then you can see it coming up right now. The most important part is to make sure that you really shake the foundation up because it is so liquidy. It can tend to separate a little bit. So I'm giving mine a good shake. Okay, and now I'm just going to take some into my hands. I found the way that I like to apply it best is just with my hands. So I'll put some into my hand like that, and then I'll take my clean fingers and dot it around my face. And then I just rub it in like it's a moisturizer. Now what this foundation is really great for is for evening out your skin tone, and it does help to cancel out a little bit of redness as well. And when you apply it like this, it really just looks like it's your skin and like you have no makeup on. Whereas if you apply it thickly with a brush or something, it can tend to stick to dry patches. Which I do have a little bit on my forehead right here. Okay, so I'm going to try and let you see my face a little bit up close here. As you can see, the texture is really skin-like. It has by no means covered everything, but it does tend to cancel out redness really well and kind of just give you a more polished look overall. Now what you can do is go in with a second layer on areas that you need a little more coverage, so I've just put a little bit more into my hand. So because my cheeks get red, I like to pat a little bit of extra there. There's just a little redness on my eye as well that I want to take care of. And if you pat, you will get more coverage than if you like massage in like a moisturizer. And I'll do the same on my other cheek as well. This foundation does have a bit of like a powdery fragrance. I'm not sure if that's how all Dior foundations are. This is my only Dior foundation that I own. But I don't find that I mind it. You can kind of smell it a little bit even after you've applied it unless you powder it. But once you powder it, you can't smell the scent that the perfume, the fragrance has anymore. Okay. So now this is after a second layer. You can see that it sort of starts to build up a little bit more texture after you do that, but if you're not like right up in someone's face, it's not too noticeable. So I'm just going to take a makeup wipe now to get the product off of my hands. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with my concealer and cover any spots that I have and a little bit on my under eye area. And the concealer I'm going to use today is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla. I do also really like the Maybelline Fit Me concealer though. I use these two interchangeably. So I'm just going to put a little bit where I have darkness around my eyes and a little bit here because I get a little dry there, and I find that this concealer really helps with dry patches as well to cover them up. I have a little dot on my Rudolph nose, and then I have some spots down here and a little spot here and some spots here. And then if I've used a sponge for my foundation that day, I will go in with a sponge to pat in my concealer, or I will use my finger, but because I have a sponge here, I'll just use it. Okay, and concealer under the eyes. Oh, and I should mention as well that I didn't put a primer on before. The only thing that I have on my face is my moisturizer, which is the CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotion with SPF 30. And speaking of SPF, this foundation does actually have an SPF in it as well of 25. So you get a little bit of extra sun protection there as well. So now that I have everything covered the way I want it to, I'm going to go in with my Hourglass Ethereal Light Powder and my Real Techniques powder brush, and I'm just going to lightly powder my face. And notice that I'm not swiping, I'm just dabbing. So by doing this, you're not going to alter the texture of your foundation, and it's going to appear more skin-like. And then I'm going to take my Real Techniques setting brush for under my eyes, and again I'm just going to pat lightly where I have my concealer here. And I found that this really helps to keep my concealer from creasing by going in with like a more detailed brush. Okay, so there is my base completed. I'm just going to finish up the rest of my makeup and then I will come back for the review. So I hope you enjoyed seeing that demonstration of the foundation being used. If you have any questions about other application tips or anything like that, please let me know in the comment section below and I'll be sure to answer them. So I hope you enjoyed my little review and demo of the Nude Air Foundation by Dior. Thanks for watching. Bye.